is Isabel Hernandez. I'm the trustee for District 4, which is the Irvin Chapin area. I don't know if I need to stand anywhere special.
No, you're good.
I should stay here. Okay. I wanted to thank Ms. Chappelle and her staff for allowing me to be here for this first trustee listening session. This is new to me, obviously, because I just got elected in May. I never thought I'd be doing this. I don't have any children here at the school district, nor do I have children, but I'm willing to do what it takes to get our kids up to par. I retired from my job in May, or rather in June, to be able to do this. I find it that it's a lot of responsibility, but that's how committed I am to see what we need to get our kids up to par, and I'm here to help you with anything that you might need for the success of our students. Although I wanted to make sure that you knew a little bit about me. I grew up in this area. I went to Stanton, Blessed Sacrament, back at Stanton, Crosby, and then graduated here in Irvin, in 1979. I have, my whole family came here to Irvin, all my brothers and sisters, and so we're proud graduates of Irvin, and I think that's what makes our area special. I was telling Ms. Chappelle that there's a lot of families that are still here, and you know, generations after generations. Like my friends' parents are still living here, and so they helped me get elected, believe it or not. All I had to do was call them and tell them, you know, to have their parents come and out to vote. The whole purpose of our meeting here today is to focus on what we're looking for as a community for an ideal superintendent. If we should go off topic, I'll redirect the questions so we do not go into issues that I can't resolve at this session, but rather you can email me with any issues that you may have, and I'll direct them to where I need to direct them. And my email, if you should need it, is IHERNAN at El Paso Independent School District, or EPISD.org. To get us going, I'm going to ask for attributes such as leadership qualities, involvement with staff, and principals, how we can get our new superintendent into what we're wanting to focus on, and that to me is student attainment or student achievement, along with school progress, and to closing the gaps. First and foremost, I think, like I mentioned, student achievement and school progress is important to get our children beyond the approaches and meets level, but rather I would love to see all children meet the master's level for career, college, and military readiness. We need to be able to close the gaps in learning, especially with all the challenges that you all have been going through, and my hat's off to you all and the principal here for having to go through all that we're needing to go through to get our kiddos back into the classroom and to somewhat of a new opportunity. And I do see this as a new opportunity because now we know what we're able to do and what we aren't able to do, but in different aspects, how we can make improvements. To get us going, I always thought that in order for companies here in El Paso, in order for our community to attract more businesses here to El Paso, we need to invest as we are doing with our children, but to have them stay here in El Paso, go to UTEP, or come back and you know, have their families come here. And why? Because, I mean, we're investing in our students already. And from first grade or kinder all the way through high school, and we've invested quite a bit of money in them, or the federal government has helped us with that. Well, we in turn need to try to get our workforce even more ready to get the more companies here in town. I have a couple of topics that I thought maybe we could focus on, or to jog our mind to get us going, and is how well do we need him or her, our new superintendent, to collaborate with the community? How are we going to work on these new innovations? How do we foster and engage partnerships? The most important for me is teacher coaching and professional development, and leadership and coaching recognition systems to engage learners, and learner-centered approaches. We need to mitigate the learning loss. We need to be able to align staff with the student courses needed to connect practices with data-informed decisions to ensure eligible or equitable learning opportunities for all students. We need, I think, a strategic enrollment management plan to allow for equitable funding for more opportunities. I want to thank you all for coming here and that are participating. I wanted to tell you at the beginning that we're also going to do these other sessions at all the school districts, but my next session will be at Chapin on Tuesday, so you could share with your fellow colleagues and parents and even students if they wanted to come to the next session at Chapin at 5:30 on Tuesday, October 28th, or 26th rather, which is just right around the corner. Another part of my presentation is just to let you all know that the major part of the Board of Trustees is to educate, inform, and mobilize our community regarding the work of our district. You all are working for the district. I need to know from you all what we're needing for a new superintendent. We're striving for a unified voice, and this, like I mentioned, is my first community meeting, so I'm open for suggestions, but that one main question is, what are we looking for an ideal superintendent? I have a microphone up here if you all should need to want to speak through it, but if not, we can come closer and you guys can tell me. But we have a fill-in sheet, ladies, if you didn't get one, so you can write it there if I don't get the ability to write it down and take it back to our Board of Trustees meeting. Where we are in this process is that between now and next week, we're going to continue with these community listening sessions. The application closes for the superintendent applications on October 28th. On Tuesday, November 2nd, we're going to review all the applications. We were asked to be there all day and to select those that we want and have the ability to finalize interview questions and to discuss the background information. Hopefully in a week after that, we're going to get the interviews to come in for a 1-hour session, and then a week after that, we're hoping by November 15th and 16th to follow up with interviews and to post for possible finalist selections. And then, if all goes well as planned, we want to vote to hire the new superintendent 21 days after we've named that one superintendent. Any information that I may have that I'm sharing with you right now, am I sharing what it is that you're looking for right now? I can maybe possibly clarify, or if not, I'm open for suggestions from you all. We don't have to take the whole hour here, but I'm being recorded, and we also have an interpreter here, or a sign language interpreter to help us. And we had a Spanish interpreter here too, but I don't think that's necessary for us right now. But I'm open to what you all might want to tell me so I could share it with my other colleagues. Yes, ma'am.
So I'm in a unique situation in the fact that not only I also graduated from Irvin, so I'm also a graduate from the area. I live in the community. I don't have children either, but my siblings went, and their children still go. So I do have
the connection too.
And one of the things that I've noticed is when it comes to our superintendents, it doesn't seem like they really have our intentions in play. So what I would like to see is someone who is truly understanding, our uniqueness here in El Paso. El Paso is very unique. And we hear all about Dallas and all about Austin, all about San Antonio, and I've gone to many trainings out in those areas, and I love them, don't get me wrong. But I can't do that here in El Paso because I don't have the same resources as they have over there. I'd like to see a superintendent who truly understands our unique community and what we need here in El Paso. It's a border complex. We don't necessarily, we are in depth with Dallas, Houston, whatever, because they're big Texas, but we're also a little close to New Mexico, and yet we don't take time to truly understand that need because we're all connected. Mm-hmm. We also would like, or at least I would like to see someone who truly understands our educational system. Someone who knows what educators need in all levels, from administration down to our custodials. Let's understand what the educators need, what our needs are. And then allow the schools to invest in their ability to build this, not just construction building, but truly build our schools and to develop our pathways that would be unique to our community area. What we have here in our northeast area at Irvin High School, our pathways may not necessarily be the same as what I have in Franklin, or what I have at Chapin, or what I have at Actress. So if we could invest for our needs here, then that's what I think our superintendent should also understand, our unique needs, not just in the area of El Paso, but our different schools.
Right. I tend to agree with that, especially because I had thought if we could put a criteria in and I did mention that it would be good for our new superintendent to have so many number of years in the classroom. Having a business man come in, even though they tried that new scenario, we knew that didn't work out for the best of our area. And yes, you're right. We need to recognize that our culture of how we grew up here in El Paso is a whole lot different. I mean, and when I grew up, or when I went away to school, I didn't feel part of that community. That's maybe why I came back to El Paso, because I do feel the connections here, and they're embedded in us, and that means a lot for all of us. And knowing that we have a say-so in how we can make those changes. It's social change, but changes that come through from you all, the principals, and even the students. So if we can keep ourselves in the right mindset of change can happen, and it does happen at our level. So with that amount, I'm gonna just share all that with them. And I would like to even see somebody that mirrors our community. Somebody with that's so well known. I'm even pushing for local investment in our new superintendent, where I think we have the talent here, but whether they think that they're able to do it, we have to encourage them, even at our level, to make that happen. Is there anybody else wanting to make some comments? But I do like your comments. I will write that down. Sure. But you did write that down for us, right? Okay, good. You're in knowing our community. Anything?
I wrote mine out, but I
Oh, okay.
It kind of mirrors what she's saying and what you're explaining. I put besides having a great people skills, personally, I feel the superintendent of Paso should be well versed in this community. The El Paso student culture is special because of the diverse backgrounds, special needs, and language barriers. I would prefer a local and member of this community, or maybe a person that left this community to explore the world but would like to come back and share that knowledge and experience. Other qualities that I find that are important for this community are a caring person, patient, compassionate, bilingual, and a leader willing to make positive change, not afraid to be effective, even if it causes challenges and controversy, but always thinking of the EPISD staff and students. Allow for staff and students to do cross-functional teams that will help each individual school and area. A great listener for the needs of the students and staff, be a great partner of the staff for teacher retention and training, and that success will trickle down to the students. Somebody who's innovative and creative, and that's right.
Excellent. And it somewhat mirrors what, the same attributes that we're all
And my
looking
son told
for.
me to tell you that the food needs to improve.
And that the food is what?
The food needs to be better.
Oh, okay. Especially because they're having 3 meals a day, right, here? They have the breakfast, lunch, and after school.
So I got that in, even though it's not part of the superintendent's quality.
Yeah, or a variety maybe, that they can all, yeah. Gabby, do you have any say-so? I mean, Gabby works for the school district in the administration office with Melissa Martinez.
Right.
And she was asked to be here for support. And would you like anything to say?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. I see we have someone walk in.
Oh, yeah, I'm Molly Smith. I'm actually a reporter. I write for El Paso Matters, cover K-12 education. And yeah, this is my first session. I'm planning to go to a couple across the district to get a sense of like what people want. Please don't worry that I'm gonna just like be quoting you here and there. If I'm interested in, asking you to share more, I may approach you afterwards. But I hope my presence doesn't make you feel like you can't speak freely.
Well, thank you for coming. And you're welcome to report on what we just shared among ourselves. And our principal here from Irvin, Ms. Chappelle, would you want me to take something special back to share with the other board of trustees and maybe to help us formulate the questions?
I think what the two ladies said is spot on. I echo that. El Paso is extremely unique, as is Irvin. I know our superintendent will serve the entire district, but I want to assure that that service does entail something specific to our commuter pattern. The reason I came back to this area is because I'm in love with Irvin High School. It did so much for me to make me who I am. I'm a proud graduate, so I want our students to feel that pride as well. And I'm sure our superintendent will do that based on the qualities that we're looking for, and what these ladies said, and I'm sure what other community members will say. So, thank you.
Well, thank you. I went to, 2 weeks ago, I went to the Texas Association of School Boards, And I was surprised that there weren't very many minorities represented there. But it's obvious that their needs are a whole lot different than ours here in El Paso. And so because I'm so new at this, like I said, I was just surprised that they didn't have more minorities there as school board representatives too. So I encourage you all to get others out here to do this. I never thought that I would be a school board trustee and almost living in the same neighborhood that I grew up in, but I like it and I'm willing to do what it takes. And if you need me to come back for anything to help us get the right ideal person for this job or whatever it is for the students, I wish I could come out and help tutor too, but I don't think I'm I'm able to do that. And maybe in a different aspect, I can help you with what I know maybe I could do. Yeah, I have the time. I'm retired now, and I'm giving it all that I can, and I appreciate you all for coming. Like I said, the next session is going to be next Tuesday at Chapin at 5:30, and please, if you want to share with others to go there so we can have some more feedback, I'd like that. And again, thank you so much for your staff for helping with us and with the recording and the interpretations that we had. Again, thank you, and you all are welcome to email me whenever you'd like. Okay?